Hey everybody, it's Emily and I am back with another video. So I know it's been a long time. I am back and let me do a brief introduction for all my newbies. My name is Emily. I am a 41-year-old custodian for the upstate of South Carolina. I work as a custodian for the school district, for my local school district. And everything that we do over here is on a low income. Okay, so I used to tell how much I make per hour, and I'll just tell you guys that I make 16 something an hour now. I recently got a raise, so I moved up from $15 and some change an hour to now $16 an hour. And this is my paycheck for August 15th. I made $1,144.90. Now, before I bring home this amount, I have some deductions that come out, like I have health insurance, life insurance for me and my daughter. I have a state retirement plan that is mandatory through my job. I have short-term disability, and I have I believe that's it. But yeah, so, and then of course I have taxes taken out as well. But this is what I actually brought home, $1,144.90. Now, it's been a long time, you guys, for my day ones and my subbies here. So I haven't been able to talk to you guys about what's been going on with me. And I did promise that I was going to do a life update via my community tab. So before we get into this, I just want to let you guys know that I did briefly touch on this, but I'm not sure if I put the video up or not. I have a couple videos that I recorded that I didn't post. And because it's been a couple of months, I decided I'm not going to post those videos. So I will let you guys know that all of my bills went up. Yeah, every bill of mine went up. My Duke energy bill went up, of course, because of summer. But when they did the remodel in my apartment, they left some of my duct work undone. So my upstairs was not cooling off properly, and it was causing my air unit to actually work harder, and it just wasn't very energy efficient. They finally came out and looked and saw that what the problem was, so they fixed it. So my bill should probably go back down, but my energy bill in the summer usually runs about $100. It was running, my last bill ran $153, as you can see here. Okay, my internet bill went back up because they stopped the ACP credit. So my internet bill went from $20 a month back to $70 to $73 a month. So that bill increased. Then my phone bill for me and my daughter increased because we came off the promotion that Spectrum had offered me for a year. So that bill went from $82 a month to $113 a month. Okay, then I talked about this before, my rent did go up, and it's not included in this paycheck, but it'll be in my next check. My rent did go up an extra $250. And for those that are new, I live in income-based housing, so my rent is based upon my income. Well, my apartment complex, when I went and got recertified, she said that my income had went up to the amount that I no longer qualify for a subsidy through the government. So I am now paying market rent, and my rent went from $706 to $950. Okay. Then of course I have an extra bill now where I'm paying on braces for my daughter, which I went ahead and got those for her because they were telling me that now is the time to get them so that she doesn't have to have oral surgery. So yeah, but anyway, so all my bills went up, y'all. My income, you know, my housing complex said my income went up, but they didn't factor in the fact that I work more than 40 hours a week. They're not basing my income off of 40 hours per week. They're basing it off of me working over 40 hours a week. But I don't have time, or I can't fight that with them, because then they're gonna look at it as overtime. So I'm just gonna be paying market rent. So that's that, you guys. So I've been just working a lot, trying to maintain these bills as a single parent. And I want to go more into depth about being a single parent and the financial side of it, as well as the emotional side of it. I want to do a separate video for people that may be interested in that. Let me know down in the comments if you would be interested in a more detailed video about just being a single parent, or just being in a household where you're the sole provider, I should say, and how that might be affecting your mental health, etc. So anyway, I want to also tell you guys that I've been gone, and I briefly touch on my personal life sometimes. I don't really go in detail about every little thing that goes on in my personal life, but I did post in my community tab that I was gone for some weeks because I did have death in my family. My granny passed away back in July, at the beginning of July. She passed away. My granny passed at 91 years old. So she lived a very, very long life. But I'm still grieving. I'm still going through the grieving process, dealing with the death of her. She was my last living grandparent. And I just loved her very much. And she was a very big inspiration in my life. And I just want to say that I aspire to be like her in many ways. My granny died with 0 debts, y'all. She owed nobody. She didn't have any credit cards. She didn't own, she rented. She didn't have any credit cards or medical bills or anything that she owed debts to. And she had a little bit of life insurance, but she had cash money, which we used the cash to pay for her funeral in whole. So nobody had to come out of their pocket for money for her funeral expenses. And then there was a little bit that was left over. But I'm so proud of my granny for that reason, that she died with no debts. She didn't die owing anybody. And my granny had perfect credit as well, but she never used her credit, but her score was a perfect score. So and my granny, she just inspired me in so many ways. So rest in peace to Granny. And that's what we called her. We called her Granny. And just rest in peace to her. And then I had some other things going on with my mental health, which I will talk about more in depth in that video. And I'm not gonna say it's just for single moms, but it could be for single dads as well. But yeah, so if you want to know more about what's going on with me, check out the next video that will be coming up. Go ahead over and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. And yeah, so we can talk about that in another video. But let's get into this budget, you guys. So here we go. So my paycheck was $1,144.90. This particular paycheck did include 1 day of bereavement. My grandma passed away while I was on vacation. and I was entitled to 3 days of bereavement, but I only took 1 day of bereavement, so they paid me for that 1 day. And yeah, so the budget. Let's talk about the budget, y'all. I didn't have enough to pay my bills because of me going on vacation. I did not have any comp time. So this is why I talk about my rent and stuff going up and all my bills and stuff going up. I am currently now having to work 6 days a week, and I work an extra hour every day. So I am not working traditional 40 hours per week. I am working from anywhere from 50 to 54 hours a week now. So just to be able to maintain these bills. So and a lot of Americans, a lot of people aren't just working 40 hours a week anymore. Most people are working either overtime on their jobs, or they are working a job and a half or an additional job. This is just a new way of life for most of us. So that just goes to say that because I was out on vacation and I had a death in my family as well, that I was not able to work the 50 something hours that week. So I had just a regular 40-hour check, which basically meant my income dropped. So with that being said, because my income dropped, I was not able to have enough money to pay all these bills. So let me tell y'all what is going to happen. So what do you do when you don't have enough income to pay your bills? You have to make a decision, right? So you can make the decision of paying the bill late, charging the bill on a credit card if you have credit cards. You can get a loan, get a check advance, or get a personal loan, borrow the money from someone. There's different things you can do when you don't have enough money to pay your bills. And so up until this point, you guys, I have been maintaining my bills by myself. So it was affecting my mental health that I came to this point in my budget where I didn't have enough money. I was feeling down and I was sad. I was going into a depression. And like I said, I'll talk to you more about that in my sit down one-on-one video. But that is one of the reasons why I fell into a depression, because I just did not have enough to pay my bills. And I have been working on my credit and trying to pay down debt and stuff was starting to affect me mentally. So I decided and I looked over my budget, I combed over my budget, and found that after I went back to work, I had worked enough hours to have comp time on my next check, which will be August 30th. So I will pay those 3 bills late. Now, I've never had to pay anything late. I've always been on time. And I did not want to use my credit cards because my utilization is high on some of them. And my credit has came up because I had been paying down the debt on my cards. So I didn't want to disturb my utilization by having to charge these. So I decided just to pay them late. Now, yes, will I get a late fee? Yes, I will. But the late fee is significantly less than what the interest would be for me to charge these on a card. And I know that I could charge them and pay them back off, but it would also affect my utilization, which would bring my score back down. And for people that don't know, and my day ones and my subbies know, I am actually in the process of saving to purchase a house. I might have about a year or two before I do so, but I need to bring my credit score up in order to get the best interest rate from whenever I'm ready. So I just decided that I am not going to use those cards. And so with that being said, Duke Energy was $153. I decided to pay it on the 30th. Now it is due on the 20 something of the month, so I'm not gonna be late that many days, but I will be late a couple of days, and I probably will be getting a fee, which the fee shouldn't be no more than $5. So I'll just have to pay the late fee. Piedmont Natural Gas. I'm on a budget plan for Piedmont Natural Gas. So $35, I will be paying that on the 30th of August. And then I did pay Spectrum for my phones because it comes out automatically. So Spectrum was $113. Spectrum Internet, I have to pay that on the 30th as well. That is $72. Okay, so I had my credit cards. My credit cards was $277 altogether. Now, the thing with the credit cards, I decided to pay those because if I paid those late, I would have got a $35 late charge. So I went through my budget and decided what was the most important, what I needed to pay first. And then I determined that the utility bills is what I could pay late without getting much of a late fee. Okay, so car insurance was $124. I could move the date around, but I couldn't move it around that much to allow me to pay that late. So I went ahead and paid my car insurance, which is $124 a month. Renter's insurance was $20 a month. I went ahead and paid that. Braces payment. So my daughter has braces. I did not want to pay this late because there is a late fee for that. I never been late with that payment, so I wasn't sure how much what it would have put me at, but I didn't want to get behind with that because they would also delay her treatments. So that was $212. Grocery. So of course we have to eat. So that's top priority. So I did $150 for groceries. And for anybody that's new, I don't receive any food stamps or any assistance for groceries. So I have to budget out cash for groceries. Okay, I budget out $80 for gas. Now this, I might have some leftover and roll over with gas. So once I get to the end of next week, I will be able to see how much I'll have in gas, and I will roll that over to a category. Because currently I have no sinking funds right now. I do have an emergency fund. I have no sinking funds right now, so I need to start building. And I did mention in my community tab a few weeks ago, my 52-week savings challenge, I had to empty the binder to pay for a car repair that ended up costing me $300. So my 52-week savings challenge, I'm basically starting it from scratch. So the gas, whatever I have left over in this category, most likely will be rolled over to my 52-week challenge. Okay, laundry. So I don't have a washing machine and dryer hookup in my apartment, so I have to go to the laundromat to wash clothes every week. I go once a week on a Saturday. It's $10 per laundry visit for me, and it can be $30 sometimes if I have to wash like comforters and sheets and stuff. And so actually I'm gonna have to add an extra 10 to this because I did end up spending $20 to wash clothes in one time because I mentioned in my community tab that me and Ashton had the big C, and I'm just gonna say the big C because I don't know why YouTube flag you for saying the whole word, but we did have the big C, and you should know what the big C is. It's associated with the pandemic that happened a couple of years ago. Okay, so I ended up spending the whole 20. So I'm going to have to, in my budget, if I can find, or with my rollover, if I can, whenever I find my rollover, I will actually add another $10 to the laundry, because this week I'm not gonna have any money to wash clothes, so I gotta find $10. And I think I do have some rollover too in another category. So yeah. Household. So household is for household items that I need. I set aside $20 for household. I had 2 colonnas. Now I had 2 colonnas for some items that I needed that I did not have all the funds for, and I did not want to charge them on a credit card. So I did 2 colonnas, and one of them is $31. And the other one is $23. Now I do have 2 more payments on each colonna. All right, and then Amazon, my subscription is $8 a month, and then my bank charges a fee of $5 because I don't keep the minimal in my account. And then Apple Inc. is the storage for my iPhone. And it's $1. So that's that, you guys. So that's the budget, and it's just, up until this point, for all of my day ones and old subscribers, y'all know that I have been doing pretty well with sticking to my budget. I have had some hiccups over the years, but I have never had a place where I could not pay my bills. I might have had some points where I could not save anything. I didn't have anything left out of my check to save. But this check, I didn't save anything, or I didn't have enough to pay the bills. So what do you do when you don't have enough income and you're working all the hours that you could work? You just have to pay. You have to take from Peter and give it to Paul, basically. And that's what I did. I had to rob Peter to give it to Paul. And it's like that sometimes. But like I said, these 3 bills I was not able to cover. And I'm normally able to cover my utility bills with this check. This is, and you don't see rent in this check because I pay rent at the end of the month. I take that out of my check for the 30th of the month. So we are paid twice a month with the school district. I'm paid on the 15th and the 30th of the month. So the check that comes on the 30th of the month is the one that I pay my rent for the next month. So rent will be coming out of August 30th check. And I've already wrote out my budget for that, but we're not going to go into details. But yeah, so I did what I had to do, y'all. That's for me just to pay these bills a couple of days late, and for me to just get a small, it'll be a very small late fee. And I don't like paying late fees, y'all, but I made the personal decision for myself to get the small late fee instead of charging it on my card, just because I'm trying to keep my utilization down on my my credit cards. Now, that's it, you guys. That's a brief summary of my budget for August the 15th. Also, it was a brief life update for those that is more interested in a little bit more about me. I am going to come over and do that video on a more personal side about just the health and the mental health of being a single parent. And it could be for single dads or single moms. It's just basically just being a single parent and having to be the sole provider for you and your children. Thank you guys. Thank you for all of your condolences, all of your thoughts and prayers and well wishes. And until next time, keep on doing those budgets. Even if you are falling on hard times, keep on doing the budgets. You will work it out.